Brand Audi was built in India on an SUV, the Q7. It was known as the SUV of the superstars. And now Audi is looking to reinvent itself with this new SUV. What I really like about this is the size. It slots in between the Q7 and the Q5, so it isn't as big as the Q7, although it feels and looks quite impressive, but it isn't as small as the Q5. It's actually sitting on the longer wheelbase version of the Q5, which means you get more room in here. But if you look at it as an SUV quotient, the roofline could have been higher, but Audi's kept it low for a specific reason, to make it more drag efficient. So it has a lower drag coefficient of 0.27, and to that effect, they've done something else as well. Bet you've never seen wing mirrors like that, huh? That's because that is effectively a camera which is streaming a feed to a screen on the inside over here, and it can have three modes. It's a city mode, so it gives you a slightly narrower field of view. It's got a highway mode, which gives you a wider field of view, and there's a curb mode, which basically shows you what's right next to the car to make it easier to park. So yes, the camera can move a little bit. And as for folding this, it might look a little scary, but it's pretty simple. Manual, because this is really slim. You can't package in a motor over there, can you? It's all about maximizing efficiency, and it's cool too. Techy and geeky, that's always been core to who Audi is, right? And with this cabin, they're taking it up several notches. You look at the center, you've got two screens there stacked one on top of the other. The one below is housing all the controls for the aircon system. The one is the infotainment on top, and of course the driver gets that Audi virtual cockpit, which looks sharper, clean and really packed. But on the whole, here it isn't about technology, it is about the sense of luxury, which Audi has done so well over the years. You look at the quality inside the cabin, even the matte finish on the dashboard, the chrome piping, everything, the leather, the seats, this feels properly luxury. This really works out right, because look at the back seat as well. You've got great amount of knee room on offer here. And of course, like we said, the sense of luxury, you've got climate control here as well. Two zones for the rear occupants as well. So yeah, if you want to just sit in the back and chill out, this should be good for that as well. Now this Audi might not have a third row, but it has something else. And what gives this SUV its superpower is in the boot here, right? Modern day luxury SUV with a spare wheel, even if it is a space saver, packed in under the boot floor. That's a phenomenal achievement if you ask me. So what else is special about this vehicle? And if you look around to the outside, of course, there's that Quattro badge because it's got all-wheel drive. And then there's the matter of ground clearance, which is about 170 something millimeters. It's got the lift mode because it's got air suspension. And then there's, of course, that e-tron badge because this SUV is actually, yeah. Yes, in that long footprint sit 36 modules of the best lithium-ion tech, which can pack in all the juice needed to drive all four of these massive 21-inch wheels for over 400 kilometers. How does Quattro work in the electric world? Well, basically it's got something called as an electronic drivetrain platform, which in this case means you've got two motors, one for the front wheels with 184 horsepower and one motor for the rear wheels which has 224 horsepower, totaling up to 408. It is unlikely that you will use the lift mode and wander into the wild stuff, but Audi say you could. You might be tempted to go drag racing, and the e-tron would smoke fuel guzzlers, but the heavy Audi would trail its electric rivals a bit. Maybe this e-tron is about being sensible. And talking of sensible, here is the e-tron's star quotient. Right, so charging. That's, well, not going to be too difficult with the e-tron. because, well, with a fast charger, you can get it up to 80% in about 30 minutes, which Audi will have at their showrooms and service centers. At home with 11 kilowatt hour charger, it's about 8 hours, 8.5 hours, about there or thereabouts. And the interesting thing about the e-tron is going to be that you'd think this will be expensive, and sure, it'll be over a crore of rupees like an Audi SUV would cost you. But with zero registration charges in some of the states, with GST reductions for EVs in India on the cards, and the only cost being insurance, well, that will help to soften the blow, because at 1.4 crore rupees for this CBU, the e-tron is again going to be an Audi SUV for the superstars, albeit for those with a conscience. We really can't wait to drive the e-tron out on Indian roads, because we want to find out whether it really delivers on that silence that electric promises, the comfort that you expect from an Audi. But basis what we've seen here, the e-tron could reinvent what Audi stands for and what luxury means even in India, because it's bringing in the right balance of SUV, luxury, and of course the practicality of electric, which we hope it does deliver. But for now, we'll have to wait a bit longer, because the e-tron is expected to actually be available in India towards the end of this year, if not early next year.